There was nothing in my life that I ever loved as much as I loved Trani, and now I am grateful to my fellow citizens for having placed my bust here in the Villa Comunale. That's what here in the south we call the public gardens, where I can continue to see the port with the comings and goings of all the ships. And so, on the left I see the eternal beauty of the White Cathedral, and on the right I see the peninsula, with the ancient monastery of Saint Maria di Colonna, and I will thus hear the sound of the sea forever. My name is Giovanni Beltrani. I am a 19th century historian from Trani. When I came into the world, this villa already existed. It was founded in 1824, when the Bourbons were still around. It came about because the municipality wanted to enrich the city with a public garden which would be open to all. It was the first of its kind in and around Bari, and is the only place which overlooks the sea. The villa was built on the ramparts of the ancient Piazza d'Armi of Frederick's walls and on land donated by various private individuals. Where previously the defences watched out for fences, it's now a place of recreation and pleasure. Where weapons were raised, now rise trees and flowers, wrote the poet Cesare Malpica in 1841. To the north, the garden extends up to the ancient fort of Sant'Antonio, which includes a 12th century church. Here, we overlook a natural inlet of the port on which the ancient Turenum was built, with its long and narrow alleys. The Villa Comunale then became an integral part of the 19th century urban planning project. The new Trani was built on the axis that goes from the railway station to the villa and laid out in an orderly checkerboard pattern with the main square in the centre. The villa has always borne witness to the most important moments both of the city and of the nation. Right here, next to the church of San Domenico, the pantheon of ancient Trani families, the people came to vote for a single unified Italy. So, as I grew up, I saw the villa grow too. The municipality provided for the reclamation of the lands in the southern coastal area, giving them in order to expand our beautiful garden. And then, I remember the emotional moment when, after the First World War in 1923, it was decided to erect the Monument to Victory. 2 seats with the figures and names of the rivers, which witnessed some of the most crucial battles of the war, invite the passerby to stop and rest at the monument, which is the work of the sculptor Antonio Bassi from Trani. The fatherland, which supported a small winged victory, mourns the infantryman of the Great War, who is seen wounded and dying. After a life dedicated to the research and study of documents regarding the history of my beloved city, I died in 1932. The people of Trani, knowing my passion for history and archaeology, placed my bust in the center of 6 milestones that marked the ancient Via Traiana, the road between Benevento and Brindisi, built by Emperor Trajan in the 2nd century. If you read their engravings, you will discover their distance from the starting point. They keep me good company. In the garden, there are busts of some of the illustrious people of Trani, such as Giacinto Francia, Gaetano Quercia, Nicola Vischi, and also of a great advocate of the unification of Italy, Giuseppe Mazzini. The philosopher Giovanni Bovio, who is remembered in the bronze monument in the main square, is also to be found here, as you can read his moving greeting to Trani, which is engraved on a marble slab. The people of Trani also mounted a stone transcription of the Ordinamenta and Consuetudo Maris, the 32 articles of maritime law proudly placed here in memory of their glorious past. I have always strenuously defended AD 1063, the oldest dating of these maritime statutes, making it the oldest maritime code in the Mediterranean. Among other things, you can read how even the simplest sailor was protected as a worker and not seen as a slave. In the company of such illustrious men and memorable texts, how could I ever feel alone? And from up here, I also see all the people of Trani as they grew up. First, I see them as children playing, visiting the small aquarium and the aviary, chasing each other on the spiral stairs, into which some have read hidden esoteric symbols. Then I see those same children grown, a little older now, come back for romantic walks at sunset, and then to attend the musical concerts here, the exhibitions in the old coffee house, and the open-air theatre shows. And how many tourists have I seen appearing from the balconies to gaze at the panorama and photograph the cathedral? But the villa is, above all, a garden. Every year, I wait for spring to see the blooming of so many different types of flowers. Then summer comes, but the heat here is cooled by the gushing of the fountains and the shade of the holly oaks. Then comes autumn, and the colours change, and in winter the garden is filled with Christmas lights, and sometimes even with snow. Now that I have told you about Trani's Villa Comunale, I hope you will appreciate its beauty even more, and also the beauty of a city and a people who are already fully aware of their illustrious past.